Hi, this is ODS, an overdrive pedal kit from KORG's NUTEKT brand that was announced at Winter NAMM 2020. It's based on KORG's new analog triode vacuum tube designed to give the same performance as conventional vacuum tubes in a more compact and stable form. In this video, we'll take a listen to it on guitar with the help of Static from KORG and on a synth with the help of Microfreak. But before we do, it needs to be built. The kit is fairly easy to build. It doesn't have more pieces than a preschool puzzle. If you're well organized, you can build it within about a half an hour. This is the main board, a few nuts and washers. There's no soldering involved, but you will need a few tools to get by. The pedal can be powered either with a 9-volt battery or a center negative adapter. Neither are included. The main star of the show is this, the NUTUBE analog triode vacuum tube. It looks more like a chip than a traditional tube, and it sits on the board on cushions, both on the bottom and on top. 4 screws hold the case together. You'll need to take them out to remove the battery and change a dip switch, which we'll get to later. And that is pretty much all that's involved with the build. Okay, let's take a look at the controls we have on the pedal itself. The stomp switch obviously bypasses the effect or turns it on. The gain knob is master control for distortion. The volume knob sets overall level for the pedal, but doesn't increase distortion when you bring it up. The tube gain knob changes the harmonics of the distortion. It's more subtle than applying gain. And the tone knob is like a low-pass filter, cutting out the higher frequencies and noise. So let's try a few before and after comparisons. This is a filter sweep with the effect bypassed. Arturia's SCM analog filter on the Microfreak. Here it is with mild gain. Let's increase gain a bit. And even more. Here's the before. And here's the after. Let's try it on bassier notes. This is the before. This is the after. Up until now we've been listening to a sawtooth waveform. Let's try a more complex waveform. When there's no harmonic content in the upper frequencies, you can hear noise from the distortion. You can control that and limit it with the tone controls. The pedal has an internal dip switch that lets you control the character of the drive. This control is called wide. When it's set to up, which is what we've been hearing up until now, when wide is on, the sound is fuller and bassier, and now it's off. Here's the before with drive bypassed. And let's listen to the off position. One more comparison. This is the pedal bypassed. And now wide in the off position. Last synth experiment, square wave into a resonant filter. Okay, let's move on to guitar sounds. This is the clean, dry, unaffected guitar sound. And if we try slightly more subtle tones, and to wrap it up, I'll just mess with all the parameters while static is playing. All the sounds are recorded directly from the pedal, of course, not through an amp. Leave a comment below with what you think about it. Check out my book on Patreon with a bunch of electronic music ideas, tips, and tricks. Thanks for watching.